From being the son of a famous actor to his breakout role in It, here's all about Bill Skarsgård before he became a Hollywood superstar. The Swede knew he was going to be an actor from a very young age. Skarsgård was born in 1990 in Vällingby, a suburb of Stockholm. His family background was in the arts, as his father is the well-known Swedish actor Stellan Skarsgård. Bill grew up in a large family with 5 siblings, most of whom are also in the acting industry. His father's career took them around the world while he was just a child. He spent 3 months in Cambodia at the age of 12, and then he lived in Mexico.
They enjoy what they're doing, and it's great that they're talented, because it would have been horrible if they tried to follow in my footsteps, and they were totally hopeless.
These trips meant that he got to experience different cultures. Since he was traveling for his father's career, he'd also spend a lot of time on sets with him. That's where he picked up a liking for the skill. As a child, he found it interesting that his father got paid to play pretend, which is what he basically did for free with his friends. That fascination was the first step in his acting career. His father had worked on huge productions like Pirates of the Caribbean, Good Will Hunting, and Thor: A Dark World, and being around him was obviously beneficial to Bill's craft. But unlike any other Nepo baby, he didn't immediately start appearing in Hollywood films. He could have easily gotten there on his father's name.
I see Roman as Roman Godfrey. He comes from the Godfrey family who runs the steel town of Helma Grove. They made all their money in the steel industry, and they've now kind of went over to biotechnology. So he's kind of, coming from...
Instead, for the longest time, he was only appearing in Swedish film. At the age of 10, Bill debuted in the Swedish thriller Yarganaut. It may be surprising that he began his career so early on, but once you think about his family background, it becomes more believable. In fact, his brother Alexander was also a part of that film.
I want to beat my dad. He had 8, so I better get cracking on it.
That's a lot of children.
My dad is 65, and he had a kid 4 years ago.
Oh, that's nice for that kid.
Well,
that'll be great when
I'm born in the 70s. My dad had kids in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s.
After that, he took a break from acting for a couple of years and got back into it around 2007. That's when he appeared in 2 Swedish short films, Spending the Night and Pig & Brynner. Then he got the role of Eric in Arn: The Kingdom at Road's End. The plot of the film was about Templars and historic battles. Barely a few years in, he got a bigger role in another film called Kenny Begins. He played the role of a 15-year-old bullied kid, Pontus, who ends up absorbing superpowers from a crystal ball. He uses these powers to help his new friend, Kenny Starfighter, who's not from Earth. This film was a completely different genre, and so allowed Bill to experiment with new styles and learn more about acting.
Looks can deceive. So you come from an acting family, and how many kids in your family?
8.
8?
Yeah, I'm 1 out of 8.
And where are you in the...
I'm number 4 out of 8.
Oh, you're smack dab in the middle.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he was able to experience a lot of diversity early on in his career. His time in Sweden helped him develop the skills he needed to be a good actor, a lot of which we see on screen today. That's probably what propelled him to international acclaim as early as 2011. The many diverse roles led to Bill playing Simon in Simple Simon. He played the protagonist, Simon, who had Asperger's syndrome and lived with his brother Sam and his girlfriend Frida. His performance as an eccentric person with a mental condition was outstanding and impressed people across the globe. The film was picked as the Swedish entry for Best Foreign Film at the 83rd Academy Awards. It was also the first time Bill received a nomination for the Gold Bag Award. The star even won a Shooting Stars Award in 2012 at the Berlin International Film Festival. Only 10 young European stars get to experience this honor every year. His first appearance in an international film came in a short role in Joe Wright's Anna Karenina. He'd come onto the international scene now, and in 2013, he played a main role in the horror web series Hemlock Grove. The plot revolved around strange happenings in a fictional town, and the main leads tried to investigate the brutal murders in the town. While the series mostly got mixed reviews, it did put Skarsgård in the spotlight and showcased his talents to the international audience. This was also the beginning of his Hollywood debut. His first major role in a Hollywood film came in 2016 with the science fiction film Allegiant, which was a third installment in the Divergent series. He played a member of the Bureau of Genetic Welfare, which assists the protagonists in their efforts to uncover the truth about their society. Although the project itself didn't receive as much critical acclaim as his other one, it did get good reviews from the audience.
I don't think you have to be in it.
No, I don't know. It's just what Nadja's saying. I mean, it's so hard. Like I don't like we're so spoiled to be sitting here and doing an interview and actually working as actors. And
his ability to bring depth and complexity to his characters, even in a supporting role, is a testament to his talent as an actor. And this film familiarized American audiences with this talent. But the role that really put him on the map came in 2017, when he starred as Pennywise the Clown in the adaptation of Stephen King's It. The anticipation for the film was high, as the novel had a huge following, and the original adaptation had become a cult classic. Bill had big shoes to fill, but he exceeded expectations. From the moment he appeared on screen, he was terrifying. His portrayal of the iconic villain was both haunting and mesmerizing. He brought a depth and nuance to the character that made him feel real, despite the fantastical elements of the story. What made Bill's performance even more impressive was the fact that he was covered in layers of makeup and prosthetics. His transformation into Pennywise really proved that his dedication and talent as an actor were unlike any. The film was a massive success, breaking box office records and becoming the highest-grossing horror film of all time. Bill's performance was praised by both critics and audiences alike, and he quickly became a household name. Ever since then, he's been a staple in the film industry along with his brother and father. In fact, he's gathered up quite a few notable roles. Skarsgård starred alongside Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson in the crime thriller The Devil All the Time. He played a sinister preacher who wields his religious authority to control his followers. Despite having limited screen time, Skarsgård's performance was chilling and left a lasting impression on viewers. He further showed his range as an actor in the superhero blockbuster Deadpool 2. He played a member of the X-Force team with the power of invisibility in the film. His comedic timing and ability to bring a sense of humanity to his character's absurd powers made him a standout in the ensemble cast. Bill has also appeared in the psychological thriller Assassination Nation, where he played one of a group of teenage boys who become the targets of a town-wide witch hunt. His portrayal of a privileged young man forced to confront the consequences of his actions was both nuanced and unsettling. In just a few examples, it's clear that the range he picked up as a child helped him throughout his career as an adult. Now that he's built a name for himself, his fans are always in wait for future projects. And hey, he has some exciting projects lined up for the near future. One of his most anticipated projects is the Netflix original film, The Things They Carry, based on the classic book by Tim O'Brien. Skarsgård will star alongside Tom Hardy and Pete Davidson in the film, which follows a group of soldiers in the Vietnam War. He's also set to star in the upcoming thriller Gilded Rage alongside Lily Collins and Christoph Waltz. This film tells the story of a wealthy family in New York City whose lives are upended by a sudden tragedy. Well, there you have it. That's all about Bill Skarsgård before he became a Hollywood superstar.